Welcome to Happiness Matters Podcast Edition. I'm Goddess Valentina, the Healing Goddess. I have a passion and quest to help anyone whose heart is open to receive enlightenment, love, and just a heartfelt message. I will continue to add to the universe light and inspiration for the people. When you feel better, you do better. I want to talk about energy centers. And what is that? What is an energy center? So, it's very difficult when you're starting this spiritual path. Even if you're in the spiritual path, sometimes our minds are racing depending on what we have going on, what we involve ourselves with, and to gain focus. When you're working towards something, you want to put a lot of energy towards it. You want to put a lot of love, light, prayers, heartfelt intentions, all that good stuff. But if you're racing constantly and moving and moving and moving, and you're working through, what you're, working towards, but you got so many things going on, sometimes we don't put as much energy that we need for our heartfelt prayers. Now, I'm going to try to stay focused myself because I can go so many avenues, so many ways. I'm going to give you an example. People who are candle readers, they read the flames, which I study flames, but I study flames differently than what I've seen on the internet. I'm more intuitive and claircognizant, and so it's very different for me as, what people have written on the internet. But for people who have read what was on the internet, if they say the flame is low, then your intention is not strong. Okay. So same thing. Creating an energy center is a place to refocus your energy towards what you're working towards. We're human, so a lot of times it's hard for people to get into the unseen. And so that's why we have all these things to help us connect better to our feelings, our emotions. So say, for instance, I'm gonna share something personal with you. I was working with an immigration case for my husband, and I created a beautiful energy center. What I wanted was bright energy. I wanted something illuminating, and so the color, to me, the first color when I thought about it was yellow. Finding anything that was yellow and bright. And I created a little energy center. And every day I did light a candle. I did light a candle for a long time, maybe 18 months or 2 years. Every day I lit a candle. And even when I just didn't have the strength, because immigration can be so spiritually exhausting, I lit the candle to show my faith and dedication. I bought a big package of like 300 tea light candles, and I cleansed them and I blessed them with, beautiful essential oil, and I would inscribe in my candle, I would put love, or I would put visa approved, or anything, I don't know, that meant something into my heart. And I would light my candle in the evening, and I would just focus on my energy center. And I would focus, what would that feel like if he got the visa? What kind of emotions would I have? How would it feel like when he arrived at the airport? What would be racing through me? And I would send all of that energy towards my situation, my heart, my deepest heartfelt. And sometimes you don't need the words to say, because sometimes our words are we limit ourselves sometimes with our words, but the unspoken word is so powerful. It is our highest, feeling and intention. It's our feelings, and sometimes we're not good expressors of the word. And sometimes there's no words to fully express what we're really feeling. But our hearts can. Our thoughts can. And if you bring those thoughts from your heart center to raise them up to your forehead and like a beam, like a light beam, bring those energies through your third eye, bring them through your energy center. And speak no negativity about your situation, and keep this very private. Especially if you're working like on a house, if you're working on a car, if you're working, whatever you're working on, keep it very private. And you see, let me tell you how things work. Sometimes there's delays for our blessings for many reasons. Sometimes the right people need to be in a new situation. Sometimes if you've gotten some difficulties or whatever, it's just, you have all these blocks and all these things. There's a clearing that has to be done. And that is the divine to do all of that clearing. So we want to send blessings to anyone that will be involved in your case, your situation, your court cases, surgeries, your job, house, car, anything that you're working towards, promotions, anything that is of value to you, that you are looking to want. You need to say, I send blessings to everyone that's involved in my path of what I'm going towards. Send them love, peace, and grace in the most peaceful way. And if they're not for my path, may God find them a better path for them to be on, for them to be happy. It was told to me people they despise their bosses, but maybe their home life is absolutely horrible, and they're just vomiting that, that hatefulness to the coworkers. So we need to pray for people's homes. We need to extend further out. I pray for their home. I pray for their people, I pray for, their body, and if you ever heard of Ho'oponopono, Ho'oponopono is so powerful. Oh my God, I would need to do another recording on Ho'oponopono. But our hatred, our disgust, our depression radiates. Whatever feeling you have, you can't mask it by saying, I'm good, I'm well, I'm this, I'm that. You can't mask it. Energy doesn't lie. And people can feel your vibe. Even if you're trying to be fake, people can feel your vibe. It's a gift that all of us have. So when we work on our energy and our vibration towards whoever or whatever, that energy changes and gets transmuted to neutralized energy. And then it goes blank. Once it's cleared, the divine can come in and create new inspiration. So there's a lot of hatred with baby mamas and baby daddies, and there's a lot of disgustingness going on and hurt and pain and all of those things. And for healing to take place, there has to be a lot of inner work with that. So it comes with everything that we do. So, if I know I have these I'm pissed off about these things, it's going to come up. It always comes up. None of that stuff could ever stay down. It always finds a way to explode somewhere. And it's always at the wrong times, it seems like, right? So let's try not to let that happen. So let's work on. And the Ho'oponopono is, I love you, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And you're not saying it to anyone. You're saying it to yourself. I love you. I love you, self. Please forgive me of my ways that I am unconscious of, or the harm that I do to myself that I don't even realize. Thank you for bringing this situation, this uncomfortable, unpleasant situation to me, for me to have the chance to work on this energy. And I love you. I love you so much. God, I love you. All of these things are teaching tools and things that we need to work on. So, energy centers help you channel and focus on your intentions. And they're wonderful to create. I bought fresh flowers for 2 years, candles. There's this great Bollywood movie called Devdas. And this girl is one of my favorite Bollywood movies. She lit a candle for 14 years and he came back. He came back. Oh my God. And it's just a beautiful movie. I can watch it all the time. It's a 3-hour movie, but it's worth it. It's so, so good. And it's just so beautiful. But I learned so much about in that movie. There's so many lessons and there's so much wisdom in these Bollywood movies. And candles, anything, it doesn't matter. Energy centers for your intentions. Now, we're not talking about dark stuff and all that other stuff. I don't deal with any of that stuff because karma is real and it's a balancing energy system, the way God has designed this place, this universe, and this earth that we live in. And everything's a balancing system. And what you do will come back to you. So we're not going to be focusing on causing negativity to anyone. This is not the channel for that. I'm not the person for that. And you need to work on that. You need to work on that. And some people like hate because it gives them the energy. But there's also energy in good. It's just as powerful. And, we could talk more about that in another recording, but energy centers. And if you're working in a job or whatever and you have a desk, create a small one, a tiny one. So when you're frustrated or bored or just like bleh, your eyes can just shift over and refocus yourself and say, you know what? Even though today is like bleh, I'm working towards something. And it's my discipline and my due diligence that will get me to the finish line. So there's a lot of long road to travel. But eventually you will get to your destination. And energy centers help you do that. And they're wonderful to create whatever you connect with. There is no book or no manual or any of those things. And there's a whole bunch of stuff that's just generic. Everyone's doing the same stuff, crystals and all those kind of things. But color is powerful. I first would go with the color that you think your situation needs. And it's just by you taking a few deep breaths and thinking about your situation, put in, relax yourself, and boom, the color is going to come. And then you're like, okay, now I have the color. Now what? Now you find anything that brings you upliftment, anything that brings you happiness, joy, that when you look at it, you smile and it radiates and it sparkles for you. And I tell you, it will uplift you because that's your special thing. And you must, bring energy towards that daily, and I love tea light candles. They just get the job done. They really do for me. And when you want to go into deeper prayer and everything, there's other candles for that. But tea light candles, they're called like the working candles. These little working candles, they get the job done. They get the job done. And it's interesting because like if your situation is kind of long and drawn out, depending on what it was, because my situation was long and drawn out. And I did pray for the right people to be in place, that there's favor for us. And let me tell you something. I knew that you could tell when there's a shift. Your candles will start to signal you. And they might start to flicker and blink, or they might go dim or whatever. To me, the way I read my energy is that there's something going on the back end, and that's God working, through all of the pieces, because it's an orchestra. To get to your destination, there's a lot of things that need to be moved around and gone through. So it's not just simple A, B, C, D. It's a multifaceted piece of orchestra that you're working on, and you are creating the laser beam, to get to the end result. So when that candle started flicking for me, I said, oh my goodness. And I kept praying and praying, and I kept staying focused, and the candle was flickering and it was going dim, and I just felt like my situation was just going through something. And then eventually the candle became so bright with rainbows around it. Yes, when I took a picture, it was rainbows around it and above. And everything was just moving very fast. Calls were coming through. It was a lull for a minute, and then everything just boom, 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 boom. It was amazing. It was amazing. And I do angel readings, and I bought a whole bunch of cards, and now I've made my own personal cards that I use. But these angel cards, I said, let me just read from a couple of different decks, and they all said the doors are opening for you. Your prayers have been heard. It's coming soon. I'm just like, oh my goodness. And it was so exciting because the energy was exciting. The energy center was illuminating, like I felt high. Like it's so great. It's not good going into the process, but you become wiser at the end, but you want to keep cleansing yourself, purifying yourself, moving any deterrents out of your way. You'll just be amazed of how powerful, this can be. And it's just being faithful and being consistent and persistent, but actually putting intention into it. What do you really want? And it's sometimes it's great to have a specific time if you're able to, or just when you can do it. But, sometimes you're just so tired and you just can't get into the whole production. And that's why the energy center is created, and you just have one small little candle and you just light it. And that's it. And I'm telling you, you will see the difference, especially, if you have water next to your candle, if you see bubbles, you could say that there is some type of energies in the way, there's, the divine talks to us very subtle, but it's clear. If you really just breathe in and breathe out and get out of the headspace of all of this stuff and just connect with the energy. Just connect with the energy, and everything will be told to you. Everything. But you got to take your head off and put it to the side and deal with your heart brain. And your heart brain, will help you, guide you with the energy and what you're feeling. And you'll see, I'm really excited about this. Energy centers mean so much to me, and they'll be a blessing to you, if you can create one yourself. So the picture that I posted is one of my energy centers, and I focused on the color yellow, and you're going to see, what I created, and it definitely gave me great inspiration, and it helped me through a very hard time going through my immigration process. My husband's here and he's doing great and we're happy. It took 3 years, but we made it through. It's a very tender and painful 3 years of my life, but I had to learn how to forced to connect, because I couldn't have made it if I didn't connect and didn't feel God's presence around me, even when nobody could tell me anything. And I had to say, God, so you know the truth, and I'm just going to be faithful to you. I'm just going to stay close to you because you have the eyes, you see what's going on, and that's what happened. So anyway, I enjoyed this message so much, and I hope that you enjoyed the message, and blessings to you. I hope you create your own energy centers and just be powerful within yourself, because you can do anything. You can do anything. Anyway, this message is from Happiness Matters. I'm Goddess Valentina, the Healing Goddess. And if you're looking for any other healing energetic needs, I have a beautiful shop on Etsy, Etsy.com. And my shop is called Happiness Matters 88. So if you search for Happiness Matters 88, you will see my shop. It is high vibrational, high bright light. And it's just absolutely wonderful. So anyway, I'll be constantly updating my shop with more wonderful things. As I talk with you guys give me more inspiration to create more things that I have been thinking of. And I just want to show you a very beautiful and divine way of how to connect, how to cleanse, how to be in this universe, how to really just understand how all of this is. It's an energy feeling universe. And if you're able to understand the way this feels and put all that other stuff to the side for a minute, you're able to connect. Once you connect, hear this out. Once you finally have the connection and you're able to feel, then all the words that you read in the wisdom will be implanted in you, and you will just blossom a beautiful forest. But you need to be able to connect. And the number one thing that gets in the way is ego and your head. So something to think about. I might be having some energy consultations. So, if that's something of interest, if people have brought this up to my attention to teach and help. So I might be able to do that too. Anyway, my name is Goddess Valentina. I am the Healing Energy Goddess, and I love this work and have dedicated my life to this work. And have a great day, okay? Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon. Get your energy center started. Bye.